Hey, my Sacredness family, and welcome home! Today, I want to discuss with you guys what the difference between a ghost and a spirit is. First of all, I once heard someone say the only difference between a ghost and a spirit is the spelling. Obviously, that is a difference, but that is not the only difference between a ghost and a spirit. So, a spirit is literally someone that has crossed to the other side and has only two emotions: unconditional love and pure happiness. On the other side, they're happy, they're healthy, they remember everything from the life they had in the physical world, and they remember everything from past lives that they had. They remember everything that went on the other side. So literally our souls, once we decease, once we pass away, we then cross over and become a spirit. Now, a ghost is someone that has passed away, obviously, and what happens is they get stuck in limbo. And the only reason why they get stuck in limbo, well, there's two reasons why they get stuck in limbo, is because they have unfinished business that pulls them back here, or they don't cross over. They don't go into the light. Either they turn themselves away from the light because they're afraid of what's going to go on. They're afraid of the judgment they're going to get, because that's what they feel. Even though we're not judged on their side at all, they feel before crossing over, I did so much wrong. I can't go. And they kind of just turn their back onto the light, which then creates them to be a ghost. And ghosts are usually very confused souls. And what I mean is, most of the time they don't even know they're dead. So they don't even know that they've passed away. They don't even know that there is anything that's different. With ghosts, they can show themselves, move things, and they can try to freak you out to get you out of their house. And honestly, what it is they feel like you're the intruders. Because sometimes, like I said, well, most of the time, they don't know they're dead. So what happens is when you're entering their home, you're coming in with boxes and paint and you're switching things up, they're literally looking at you going, why are you here? And then they get more confused and more upset because you don't hear them, you don't see them, and they're like, hello, what are you doing here? Which then they become what people say aggressive. And they're really not aggressive, you guys. Spirits and ghosts can never harm you. Ever harm you. They can be very determined to get you out. They will flicker lights, they will scare you, they will make noises. They will, like I said, show themselves. They will come to you in dreams, shake beds. They will do a lot of things just to freak you out because they want their house to be their house. Because they don't realize that they're actually past, they think you're intruders. They really want you gone. They want you out. I kind of think it's funny running into ghosts. Now, being psychic, I mainly have talked to people that have crossed over. So I have talked to more spirits in my life than I have talked to ghosts. But when I do run into a ghost, I think it's hilarious because, like I said, most of them don't know that they're dead, so they will argue. I have communicated to them saying, listen, you have passed away, you are a ghost, you're stuck here, is there a light around you, you need to go into the light, you need to cross over, and they will continue to argue with you. Not every time you go into a house that is haunted, there will be a way to just burn sage and do a prayer and they're all gone. Ghosts can be very determined and very stubborn, and sometimes you can't get rid of them. The house is their house and they feel more at peace. Now, it's not the fact that you can't get rid of them eventually. Sometimes spirits from the other side will say, that's enough. We need to go and grab this soul because they're just torturing themselves. Or angels will come and say, hey, you did your job over here, you passed away, this is the deal, you need to cross over. Ghosts are not bad entities, bad souls. They're just very confused. Now, there are some ghosts that know they're dead, but they have unfinished business. So they have like certain messages that have to be told, or things that have to be done, and sometimes those things can't be done. Sometimes what the soul wants. They just think that I still have to do this. And you have to explain to them, listen, it's over with now. It's all fixed, and you just have to like put it into their head that it is time to move forward. It is time to cross over. Usually the ghosts that know they're dead, and you can talk to about what their unfinished business is and how you can work about it. They tend to do crossover once they realize, okay, it is time. The ones that are more stubborn are the ones that don't even know that they're dead. And most of them tend to be the ones that don't even know that they're dead. They could even pass away from traumatic experiences, house fires, car accidents, murder cases, and things like that too, where they don't know what happened, but they can get stuck into a reoccurring haunting, which means that the time loop that they are in will continuously occur and occur and occur and occur. But the biggest thing that you can do with ghosts that are very stubborn is asking angels and praying to God that this house to be clear, and can you help this ghost cross over. I grew up in this home, my childhood home, that I bought for my mom when she decided to move, so we're still here. I grew up with 4 souls that are still stuck to this house. Mary Starr, Mr. Starr, their little boy Alfred, and there's an African American woman down in the basement because this was part of the Underground Railroad. She didn't pass away here. She passed away on the trail, and this was the most comforting home to her, so she came back. And I have talked to her a couple times to cross over, and possibly she has. Alfred, Mary Starr, and Mr. Starr are still in this home. They are spirits, they are not ghosts, but they did enjoy this home. They kind of go back and forth all the time too. Alfred was my dead best friend. I will be doing a video on the whole topic of Alfred. Mary Starr is a beautiful woman who continuously tried to mother me in spirit. Mr. Starr, I really never got to connect with fully. I do see him pacing and walking. I hear him. And when I was a child, my bedroom was here on the main floor, and I left the door open. I'm afraid of the dark. Still am afraid of the dark. And I left the door open and the bathroom light on because there was a half bath right next to my bedroom. I left the light on so I wasn't afraid, and he enjoyed to walk back and forth through the hallway into my room and back and forth. So I really didn't get to sleep much, and I had to switch my rooms eventually with my brother. But they did cross over. They are spirits. They do tend to stay. And that's another thing too, is that sometimes spirits will stay in the house too. It doesn't only mean that ghosts have to, but spirits will. Not saying that they're attached to anything, because they don't get attached to anything here. They don't care. You can't, they don't care. Spirits don't get attached. But if they enjoyed a place, they tend to say, I really enjoy this place. I'm just gonna be here. I'm just gonna hang out and live with the people that live in the house. Ghosts, on the other hand, like I said, they usually tend not to be very understanding. Most of the time, like I said, they are very confused and they are very hurt. Like I said before too, a spirit is happy and healthy. They look healthy, they look vibrant. And spirits most of the time, well, all the time, are around 30 years old. There is no time on their side, and we will talk about that in another video too. But if there was to be an age, everyone is around 30 years old. Ghosts, on the other hand, can sometimes look as if when they did pass away, such as if they burnt in a house fire, their faces could be burned. There could be little areas of their clothes that could be burnt. You could smell house fire around them. The smoke scent will fill the air, and it is a very difficult process dealing with that. But ghosts are very unique, and they're not bad. They're not bad at all. They're not gonna harm you. They're not aggressive. They're not scary. They're not trying to be terrible. They're just very confused and hurt, just as if you would be. I do feel as if sometimes we have to leave ghosts alone. People think that when you have ghosts in the house, you have to get rid of them, you have to scream at them, you have to tell them to go away. Yes, you can demand your house, but it's not as easy as people think it is with ghosts. Going in with sage and burning through and then suddenly they're gone. You have to talk to them. You have to ask. You have to ask angels and spirits to help out as much as possible. But there are numerous reasons why ghosts and spirits are different. I really feel like not only the spelling is different. There is more that I could talk about on this topic, obviously. But that's like the little Cliff Notes type situation, just saying that this is what a ghost is and this is what a spirit is. I'm psychic medium Christopher Scott Stilson, and I'm healing the world one spirit at a time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to connect our Sacred Witness family together. I love you all.